You're not about that shit. Mm. All right, what's good? What's good? Shit. Knicks in five. Hey, Knicks did a hell of a comeback. It might be in five because I know they got to be demoralizing for what just happened to the Spurs for them to hold a big lead and give it up like that. Biggest comeback in finals history. So yeah. Well, I told folks the Knicks was gonna win though. Told folks that. Anyway, what's good to everybody? Ghostin, Smoothie, TK, DeMarcus. Wemby missed 2 free throws, nowhere near. Well, I'm not gonna say that just because he missed 2 free throws. That's bullshit. But yeah, he did miss some crucial free throws, no doubt. I told y'all what his potential is. You gotta think about he's already at a place right now at his early career that Michael Jordan wasn't at this part of his career. That's just being me keeping it real. So technically, he's already succeeded him at that aspect. Now, do I think Wemby was in a better position? Absolutely. What's up, Talia? What's up, Ali? All right. I guess we what? I'm gonna give it 30 more seconds. We'll go ahead and get started. I need to get a lineup. Don't worry, I'm gonna get that shit soon. Once I get my I tried to get it before I went to Memphis, but I was gonna miss my flight. So yeah, I'm gonna get that shit done. So I'm pretty sure Jordan has missed some free throws in the class before. Pretty sure he has. Maybe not a pair. And again, like I said, two. I mean, you're comparing just some missed free throws to something like and meeting up to Jordan's expectation though. That's the thing. To be met up to Jordan's expectation is like crazy, because Jordan is so high. So you gotta be the closest thing to perfection when being compared to him. And that's the reason why, other niggas like LeBron don't come close because he's not even close to near perfect. Anyways, though, let's go ahead and talk this Raising Kanan, good people. Probably do something on the NBA tomorrow evening, perhaps. I say evening, not evening, afternoon. Anyways, though, your one thing that they did release, I have yet to see all of the character descriptions, but I wanted to go ahead and discuss some of the ones today. Not sure what some of y'all probably, if anybody knows where all of the character descriptions are at, please let me know because I was roaming through YouTube through the net and I couldn't find all of them. Like I seen the one, I know No Label to Label posted some of them. I seen the one when he put out Rock's character description for this season. I also saw Breeze, and I think Kanan, but everybody else I couldn't find. So anybody else know where I can find it? Please let your boy know, because I want to go ahead and go through all of that today. Matter of fact, the only ones I got on here saved, shit, is Rock and Breeze. And I grabbed that from No Label to Label. Shit, you know. You said, do I see Unique's characteristics? What do you mean by that? Are you asking me his character description like this? His description? No, I did not. I think, and it's crazy because I remember somebody talking about it. Because I remember somebody reading it out. You know what? I think Getting It How I Live may have it. I think he may have it. I did not look on his channel, but I think I remember him having it and talking about it. Let me check that real quick. Damn, hold on. Do we have a playlist? Yeah, he do. Let me play that. I can stop saying. Oh, I'm gonna put you down. Apologies, good people. I'm trying to get these character descriptions really fast. Like I said, I couldn't find them, Jazz. Damn it. Well, if I don't find it in a little bit, I'm just gonna, talk about the damn characters in their future. That's what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? I can't find it right now. It's really wild. What are three must do's for this final season, in my opinion? Okay, so the three must do's, in my opinion, let's see. That they have to give us this season. If Marvin gets taken out, which I think most of us agree that more than likely he will be, they gotta give Marvin one of the best death scenes of Power history. Like right now, if we talk about the top death scenes that we've ever seen in Power, I think we would go with to me, number one is Monet. I think she went out the best, that she had the best death scene. After that, probably Kanan. So Monet, Kanan, and then after Kanan, who would I go with? Probably Joe Proctor. Y'all can help me out if you want to, if you want to throw something out there. But right now, that's who I think I would say top three would be: Monet, Kanan, Joe Proctor. Um, but anyways, yeah, Marvin has to have a excellent depth thing. That's one thing that has to happen. I believe they got to give us D Wiz's brother. That's really high up. D Wiz brother, and I think that's going to happen, and I think it's going to be linked to Breeze's Fight Club. So I do think they're going to cover that. I do think they also got to utilize um, Rock's get out of the jail free card, which I also believe is going to happen. Um, yeah, Dre's death was a long time coming for sure, but it wasn't like the best death scene. And Talia, you say you got Kanan's death number one. I mean, I'm not mad at that. It's up there, right? Only reason why I went with Monet is because of how dramatic it was, like how she got killed in front of her child. So that's what did it. I would say for her, to push her. I was more drawn in to that scene than I was when Kanan got taken out. But hey, Juice death was gangster, but caught her by surprise. Hey, that's true. No, I don't think nobody's seen it. You know what? Even Holly's death was you can kind of throw in there too, because I don't think nobody seen that Tommy was about to kill her right there. Now for Raina, for me, probably would have been up there, but it wasn't for me because it got spoiled. Remember, I think that was the first ever power leak where somebody was able to leak it and show that Raina got killed before the episode actually aired. So I think that's kind of what spoiled it for me, that it wasn't that big. But yeah. So that's something else. And what's more than anything, Breeze has to be a takeover. Like it got to be an absolute takeover. Breeze got to be he got to be as big as the height and more, because we waited too damn long for this nigga to come and to be able to fumble the ball. So yeah, to me that's the biggest things. I mean, Ghost death was shocking, but I mean it wasn't a good death, so that's why I didn't mention it. But he didn't die either, so at the same time, you know what I'm saying. Try to catch me sleeping though. You know what? Diamond's death wasn't bad either. I agree with that, DeMarcus. It's up there. Oh, really? I didn't know about the crew. See, I didn't start watching Power until season 3. Exactly, Talia. You know it. But anyway, let's go ahead and dig into what they got to say for Rock. Like I said, unfortunately, I don't have everyone, which is crazy. But for Rock, it says to the streets, Raquel Rock Thomas is cold, hard, and fierce, a successful and deadly woman taking names in a man's world. The middle child of three, Rock carries the heavy burden as the earner for her two brothers. She is a force of nature, tough, resolute and ruthless. She shares certain personality traits. This nigga with this no label on top of this shit, making it hard to fucking read. Characteristics with your average sociopath. Despite this, Rock is capable of great love and what that say? Great love and it that say sword. Damn, bro. You know what I'm saying? This nigga with that shit in the way. Hello, I can probably read it better for my TV. Great love and the sole recipient of that. Now that's in the way. God damn. Of that affection is her son, Kanan. While Kanan is convinced his mother is the reason for his downfall, Rock still believes he is everything to her. As Kanan's, what to say, this, I mean, now I got to look back up here. As Kanan's dismay grows, it may be too late for Rock to prove her love as not trans. Love was not transactional or due to Kanan's, what they say is that merely being an extension of herself. So that's interesting because I kind of already knew a little bit of what they would be kind of going with, because if you just pay attention to the song selection that they gave us for the song selection they gave us for the trailer, it kind of lets you know what to expect for this season, right? If you're familiar with the song that's on the trailer, basically it's a song about this woman. She's singing, telling people, the man and stuff, not she's hoping she don't be misunderstood. Like, I'm just a soul who's, hold on, what's the lyrics? I'm just a son who's something is good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood. So basically, they're implying that Rock is misunderstood, and I'm pretty sure they're talking about the relationship between her and Kanan. And judging by the description that we just seen, that's up here, she's gonna still be trying to prove to Kanan that she does love him, that the business don't come before him, and that all of this is a misunderstanding. And eventually we know Kanan will find out the truth. The problem is how much damage will be done when he finally does figure this out. Because I still believe that when it's all said and done, I got Rock surviving this season, and eventually she's gonna end up using that get out of jail free card. So that's my prediction for her. I hope they don't fumble the big four connection origins with Kanan, Breeze, Ghost, and Tommy. We got to get a good resonance of their relationship before they Breeze. I think it's more to that history. I mean, to that story too. Yeah, I believe they are going to give us that in Origins. I really hope and pray they do. But yeah, so for me, Rock is going to be. We're going to see her do a lot of. She's going to be on the defense pretty much this season, because Breeze is going to come so strong in the life of something Rock has never seen before, that she's going to end up losing. Honestly. I mean, they kind of told you that with the description of episode 7. It says the Thomas family is dealing with their crumbling empire, so they're pretty much saying without saying that they have lost the war. So yeah, my prediction for her for the season, she's definitely going to go out swinging. but she's gonna lose ultimately, and she's gonna be forced to work with. And it's crazy. Shout out to my boy CG. He just sent me an interesting video by one of a power content creator. He pretty much said the same thing I said, but he added some other interesting details to it, basically implying that they're gonna use the Frank Lucas approach with Rock's character. So that's an interesting way to describe it, And if you're familiar with Frank Lucas' story, he ended up getting popped, but the feds wanted to use him to help get other organizations, other dealers. So Rock could end up doing something similar to that and get out of jail, right? Because it's not the first time she's been a CI. She was also a CI with Malcolm Howard, so it's not you know uncharacteristic for her. So I believe after both of her brothers are killed, Kanan being in the wind, too gone for her to actually um, get get him back and under control. She's gonna just take it and leave. Rock will eliminate Stefano bodyguard Giorgio. I mean, okay. No one cares. I'm just saying, no one cares about that guy. If he die, great. If he doesn't, who cares? What to do? You know, no one cares about Giorgio. Rock lost all her power like Noma, which makes the show more. Here come this raising Canaan hate. This is like I told you, the greatest. After this show, this season is done, we are going to see that it is the greatest. This is going to be the greatest season of Power in Power history. And once this greatest season of Power history gets aired, it will overall solidify itself as the best series. I agree. Talia. I don't know how he's saying that because to be honest with you, that's kind of how all of it is. These type of shows. You can't just stay on top the whole time. Eventually you're gonna have some hiccups where you gotta fight to remain power or gain it back. That's pretty much what Tommy was doing the whole time. I mean, Ghost, the first season, I mean, I guess he still maintains his power, though. I guess we didn't really see. And then to be honest, Rock didn't really lose her power. Am I going to watch with y'all on Discord tomorrow? I mean, we're all going to be watching it at the same time, so I probably will have it. Like I'll interact with y'all, but I'm going to be live as well. So what I'll probably do, I'm definitely going to have it on my TV here. Just saying. So I'm probably going to actually be looking in there on here, but I'll be interacting with you guys on Discord. And if somebody's live on the chat as well, I'll be, intertwining with both of them. People like the 90s swag, but the last season of book two was the weakest in Power history. Let me think about that. Let's see. Was it the weakest of Power history? Shit. Uh, it's definitely not better than any of the seasons of OG Power. I ain't got to think about that. It's not better than season one or two of book two. I think the best episode of arguably, for sure, at least the second best episode of book two was in season three. Uh, it might be the weakest. It might be the weakest season, bro. You might be right about that. But I don't, at the same time, because it did have some great moments. Like it got some, because it might be better than season one of Force. I'm just saying. Hold up, hold up. This nigga, I know he can just say what I think he said. Last season of book three was the weakest. Nah, that's an absolute lie. You lied. That's a lie. Okay. It may not been as action packed, but the weakest season, absolutely not. Still was excellent writing, excellent acting. It just wasn't as action packed. No, not no big bodies drop, but like he used it. I think he kind of used it nicely to build up next season. This whole he basically used the whole season. You know how all the other seasons typically you have it so that like this episode is the build up for the last couple episodes that's coming. This past season of Raising Kanan was used the whole season, even though we did still have some, a few hits here and there. But for the most part, this season was built up, was a whole build up season to give us the grand finale. Because this whole season is about to be absolute fire. Season one and two of Raising Kanan were really good. The show is on decline. I don't want to hear the filler season as good as it was. Okay, okay. Well, season three was good as hell. I don't know what you talking about. Season four, was it a step down from season three? Yeah, you probably can say so. But like I said, that's what they did. It was a buildup. Anyways, on to let's go ahead and let's see what they had to say about your boy Breeze. I ain't got, like I said, I ain't got the other ones. I got what I had. I seen that one, and I seen the one for Breeze. The rest of them, I'm just gonna talk about. So, Breeze. Hopefully, we don't be seeing him get his lights shut out this season. But anyways, the nephew of the infamous Snaps and Pop, Breeze is new to Southside Jamaica after a lucrative stint in East New York, but it won't take long for him to make an impression. Breeze emanates charisma with the what the fuck? The intelligence to back it up. His swagger is undeniable, his boldness irrefutable. There's simply no question this is a Southside legend in the making. I think they forgot something. They said they forgot to add this mind is ugly as hell. Cause that mind about to have Southside on fire. So, but anyways, though, yeah. Mm. So Breeze, I suspect him to be very dominant. We're gonna see some nice new twists and stuff with his character. A lot of savage shit. A lot of fucks not being given. And be prepared to see this ugly ass nigga, take out some big characters. I think he's gonna drop at least two big characters. Like we're gonna have a love hate situation with him after this is all said and done. And my two that I'm eyeing, hell, he might drop the motherfucker might drop four in the mind of his head. But he probably will drop Marvin, maybe. And then um Unique is probably kind of high on his radar. Unique might get his ass. I mean, he might get Unique. And then, of course, you got to consider he could take out his uncle and auntie as well. But more so with his uncle and auntie, I don't think he's going to directly kill them, but he probably is going to be responsible. Like, you know, he's going to more than likely tell Kanan intel on how to get him. That could be, what the that could be end up being what they say you're not a real killer until you kill somebody you love line come from. I can see it coming from two different things. I do believe it's going to be Breeze who tell Kanan. So more than likely it's going to be after he end up, doing something to backstab his uncle and auntie, and or it could be, Breeze has a homie that he's gonna have along with him at the beginning, and then we also seen a scene with Kanan punching that guy, and then another scene with Kanan holding somebody at gunpoint. A lot of us are suspecting that to be Breeze homie. So it could be possible that Breeze gives Kanan the green light to take him out, and Kanan could ask him like, "But ain't that your homie?" And then Breeze would be like, "So I'm saying you ain't a real killer until you to kill somebody you love." Breeze would convince Kanan to eliminate Breeze's right hand Taz because Taz was stealing from Breeze's organization. Yeah, so it could be something very much like that. I think DeMarcus could is definitely on point with that. It could turn out to be something just like that. Shout out to whoever it is that came in viewing on Facebook. But yeah, so that is Breeze. Like I said, I think he's gonna definitely take this series by storm. He's gonna do a lot of ugly ass shit that we're probably gonna be shocked at. But let's move on to Lou. Well, not much to say about Lou, people. I don't have the synopsis for him because, like I said, I couldn't find it for them. But I'll give my own with my opinion. Ugly, unfortunately, he's disappointed in me. I think he's gonna have 5 minutes top in the beginning of this episode, first episode, and meet his end to Kanan by accident. If it's not by Kanan, it's gonna be unique. But I seen a couple like you. I think I didn't even finish Universal Powers video when he was talking about this, but I do recall him saying that he believes Unique is going to take out Lou, and I think he's way off when it comes to this. And the reason he's leaning towards that is because of Marvin going on the hunt for him, but I just think Marvin's on the hunt for him because he doesn't know Lou is that, you know, he doesn't know Kanan's the one who took him out. Because we just looked at Patina's, well, Rock's description, and it tells you there that, you know, she's still gonna have a great love for Kanan and basically gonna be trying to convince him that, you know, she still loves him. So with that being said, I think it's kind of safe to say that Kanan's gonna, especially if Kanan accidentally kills Lou, she's gonna 100% try to hide it. Now we know, although she's trying to hide it, she's not gonna be able to keep that secret because eventually it's gonna get out. But yeah, I thought Mark Dart had the character descriptions, but I could be wrong. I think he may have did too, but it's crazy. I used to look at Mark Dart's content very heavily, and then I don't know. I think I kind of after I started my own, I stopped following his as much. Lou is a pack. That's why he got no synopsis. It would be a great plot twist if Jukebox accidentally unalived. It would be. my boy CG listening and hit me up and said, "Universal powers current theories lacking, in my opinion. Getting how I live is on fire right now." So I definitely agree with you on the, because yeah, Universal Power stuff has been like kind of mid lately. I mean, I still watch the stuff because of the respect that, you know, he do put out good content, especially, you know, prior, but yeah, lately not so high. Yeah, this pick here is absolutely right before he stops Kanan from shooting Rock, in my opinion. That's what I believe. But you know, would make it a little more crazy if it's a situation where Lou stops him, right? Or convince him to put it down or some shit like that. And Lou turns to walk away and this nigga came and shoot him in the back. Now that would be savage and fucked up. But if I had to bet on it, I would say this is before he intervened. Marvin will assume that Bree's crew was shooting at them. And, nigga, why do you stay repeating the same shit? This is why Marvin asked Kanan that was you last night. Yeah, I don't think he was the one shooting at him though. Because I don't think Kanan is so far gone that he's willing to take out his uncle. If you look at the exclusive um, clip that they showed between Kanan and Marvin, Kanan wasn't that cold yet. And if you also pay attention to the episode synopsis, it says episode 6 is when he's in the final stage of, you know, merging to the ruthless person that we seen, um, you know, that we ended up seeing in the OG power. So nah, he's not shooting at his uncle. I believe they were on them corners, taking over, and Marvin. Because keep in mind, Marvin is gonna go looking for Unique. And then once he goes to Unique's territory to where he's supposed to be at, he's gonna see people that he's never seen before on the corners. And then that's when it clicks with him, like, oh, so that was you and your people that he's seen on 150. Nah, he asked if that was him last night taking Unique's territory because that's literally what Kanan told Marvin he did right before Marvin asked him that. Yeah, exactly. So on to the next. like I said, I don't have the descriptions for these people, but I'm just gonna go, make my, I guess, pretty much um, pretty much the season predictions for these characters and their fates. So I guess I'll run through that really quickly. And I'm only gonna do like the main characters for the most part. I'm not really doing too many side characters. Well, the side characters I'll just, I guess, mention them and then, make it very brief and quick and be done with it. But of course, Marvin, unfortunately, I do have him dying. Um, he's gonna go out the same way. He's gonna go out being loyal. And he's gonna go out being loyal, a gangster, like he told Kanan in that clip, and he's gonna go down swinging. Now, would it be to some rivals? More than likely, it could be the Italians, the mob. But like I said, some of the most savage shit that could end up happening, people, is that, like I said, eventually Kanan is going to find out that it was Marvin and, I mean, that it was Snaps and Pop who took out his people. And I could see a situation where a union happens, where it's Kanan, Kanan and his people rocking their people. They all come together as a family to work together to take down the real enemy, right? Which is Snaps and Pop. And then, Breeze agrees to taking them out, but he also backstabs Kanan's people in the process. Like it might be a situation where, you know, kind of like what Drew did to Guap on book 2. They work together to complete a mission, and once that's done, he takes out Guap, right? So it could be a situation where Breeze does that to Marvin right after the mission's done, or like what we seen Kanan do to what was that guy name in season 3 of OG Power? Um, I can't remember his name, but y'all know the guy who was working with them when they were doing that heist, robbing the jewelry store, right? Um, Kanan popped him at the end. So Breeze could perhaps do that to Marvin because he ended up having some kind of beef with Marvin. And Dirt, thank you. Dirt. That's who I was talking about. Not Brock, Dirt. So yeah, we can see a situation like that. But I definitely got Marvin up out of here today, this season. Hey, smart bet to live, smart bet, you know. But yeah, so that's what I got for your boy Marvin. Next up, we're gonna go ahead and you know what? Let's talk about your boy Gar. I mean, why did I bring him? I did not be. Well, since he popped up, let's go ahead and do him real quick. Garcia, I know a lot of people, couple people have been having him getting killed by Juke. Not so sure I agree with that because I think it'd be kind of crazy. But you know what? That could be the risk that Juke take. That does make sense, kind of. Obviously, it's going to be risky to take out a cop, but if you want to protect your family, if he's, you know, if he's digging into something that he don't need to be digging into, that could be what she ends up doing. Yeah, I fuck with Lou too, man. Shit. Hey, man, what they had to do by a boy like that? Then kill my nigga in the first 5 minutes, bro. Like, damn. But yeah. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I agree with her taking out Garcia. I think they're absolutely my prediction is Juke is gonna work with him, and that's how she's gonna find out the information about Snaps and Pop. That's what I think the key to it is. But yeah, so on to the next one. Let's go ahead and go to this is what I meant to go to the next anyways. Your boy Unique people. Neat, I got him out in episode 5. Uh, but I also see a situation. I said this before, and I think I'm going to stand firm on it. I see a situation where I believe um, Unique is going to eventually go back to Rock's side because it just makes the most sense. Because we've been seeing throughout the descriptions, it says that Unique is losing his grip on, Queens. So is Rock. The thing is, and think about this: Unique lost his plug, which is Fioruso, who I also got dying in the first episode. But he still got his soldiers. Like he still got the New Jersey squad. But unfortunately, he doesn't have any product to be able to maintain. Now, Rock, on the other hand, she doesn't have the soldiers because she doesn't have Stefano's muscle behind her anymore. But she has the product. So they look like a match made in heaven at this point. And then think about this as well. We already seen this done before. Season 2, the end of season 2, look what happened. They were enemies. But at the end, when they seen the threat that was against both of them, especially when it's an outsider, Unique stepped up and came to her aid. And I think he's going to do the same thing here. But I think he's out in episode 5. Whatever it is, his stunt that he ends up doing, he's going to get his ass up out of here. And it might be your boy Breeze who takes him out. Jukebox, I got her stepping up big time. I got her stepping up big time. She's gonna do some things to try to save her family, but unfortunately, you know, she's not gonna be able to save Marvin. Marvin is absolutely gonna be up out of here. And that's when we're gonna see her make her final shape into the cold-blooded person we've seen her in OG Power. Now the question is, does Kanan have something to do with it? I don't know. He might. Might need to tell. Any other big characters that I leave? I can talk about Aisha really quick. I don't know. I don't think nothing's gonna happen to Aisha. I think she's just gonna end up going to school probably and going on, moving on with her life. But hey, I could be wrong about that. All right. I think I'm gonna move on to the next slide though. Mm-mm. Oh shit. So we also was given exclusive photos. For those of y'all that's been rocking with, following the show for a while, they always give us exclusive photos for the episode before the episode actually drops. So we have them for episode one. And these are the exclusive photos that we have. I guess we can go through them one by one and just kind of, talk about it. So we got first up here, we got Snaps and Pop. And obviously nothing good is going on. Some hideousness is being plotted. But in this situation, it's probably a situation where they're talking with Kanan and Breeze, staging some kind of bullshit plan, lying their ass off about something. And say I would like to see Rock take out Marvin. Why, nigga? But I'm pretty sure that's not happening. So yeah. I think this them continuously being manipulative. And this nigga breathes so damn ugly. He's tolerating them for the moment, but I think all in all, he's probably always thought in his head, eventually, I'm gonna take y'all ass out. And also, the nigga, or it could be that they do something that pisses him off, and he's like, yeah. Because, we do get a line with him saying the clock is running out for these old niggas. He could be talking about them. Because keep in mind, they are maybe not outside of Stefano, because Stefano obviously old as hell. But, he could be including them when he's saying the clock is running out for these old niggas. You said you hit DeMarcus accidentally. I hope Snaps catch a body this season. Snaps and Pop could tell Breeze that Taz was stealing from the organization. So Snaps and Pop tells him, and he does. So I mean, perhaps. Okay. I just know they ignorant as hell, and whatever it is they doing here is they definitely up to no good. Because look who it is. They don't know how to be up to anything but nothing. And then of course, we got Stefano here with his tribe of ugly ass niggas. I'm pretty sure here, more than likely, this is him telling the crew exactly what happened to him. He probably haven't been too long woke up after coming, out of surgery. And he's gonna let them know that it was none other than ugly ass Phil Russo, who took a swing at him and missed. And they're going to make a few moves to, go after Phil, because I told you I got Phil out in the first episode. What's my prediction for Snap and Pop? Obviously they're gonna be up out here, but the question is by who? So I still can't put my finger on who I think would get him. I would think it'll be more poetic if it's Kanan. But it could also be Rock because mother defending her child. Because you remember what she told them in season 3, when she was telling them to stay away from gang. So I mean, I think it'll be pretty cool if Rock turned out to be the ones to get him too. But yeah, I think they got to get their ass sprayed up. That's my opinion. But hey, I just don't. I just haven't really been able to figure out by who. I think yeah, Breeze could do it himself too. The mind ugly, certainly ugly enough to do it, but it might be a situation where he just sets it up so that they can get taken out. But anyways, though, yeah, back to Stefano here. I think Demarcus, I think you. I'm gonna lean towards you're right about Russo is gonna be the one going there Friday. I think he will be because you pay attention. I mean, they been gave us this photo here, but I'm just gonna show it again because this is part of the exclusive photos. Here, um, but what I don't know though is because no, this is not what the inside of Stefano's place looks like. But it could be a situation where Rock, it could be a situation where Rock, I mean, I say Rock, Stefano tasked Kanan and Breeze to take out Russo in show of good faith. Because keep in mind, we know the next episode they're going to form a business relationship. So in order to, um, getting Stefano's good grace, they take out his enemy, which is Russo. Yeah, it could be him that's cooking right now. But you obviously it's a flame, it's perhaps a furnace that's right in front of them. You think you saw a ghost? Damn, where? About who killed Lou? Marvin gonna find out the truth there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We discussed that already. Yeah, definitely. More than likely, Kane is gonna accidentally take him out, and then Rock is gonna lie about it. But yeah, next up, another one we have is, you know, this is Marvin and Juke. I think this is just them sharing the hug because Lou is dead. And, they're just having a moment here. Here, we got Rock sitting down, look like she's in deep thought. One thing we do know for certain is that those little ass um, Iraqis, Afghanians, I think is what the word is for them, is on her ass. So she's thinking about that. Then, of course, we got Marvin. This looks like the same scene where he was crying. So I would assume this is when he first gets the news that Lou is dead. And then, of course, he's going to ask Rock, does she know who's responsible for it? And this is when Rock is going to tell the lie. Either she's going to tell him she doesn't know who it was because she didn't see it, or she could just simply lie and say that, it was unique. And Marvin starts to hire unique. Speaking of neat, we got him also here. And, dressed up swaggy as hell like he typically is. And what I think is going on is that, I don't know if we're going to see too much of Neat this first episode. We might. But I think we're going to see a situation where he's going to be getting out of Dodge, because obviously the obviously the Thomas family is going to be after him, especially if Marvin thinks he's the one to took out Neat. I mean, shit, Lou. So he's gonna find out the news that Lou, had his family hostage. They're probably gonna end up taking out B Rilla on the way. And then oh shit, my bad, y'all. Take out B Rilla, and then on top of that, he's gonna get Vanessa, Jerome, and then he's gonna leave with them out of town because he has to get them safe. Then he can come back and try to, get his foothold back in Queen. That's part of the reason why, we got from the clip where Kanan is saying, Neat gone because they've been taking his territory and he ain't did nothing about it. So, yeah. Then of course, so right here, I haven't went and did it yet, but somebody let me know. Is this the same attire that Kanan was wearing when he was getting his ass whooped by Marvin? Matter of fact, I can just pull it in real quick. I'm a little curious. Is that the same one? Yeah. Is that the same? Hmm. Nah, it's not the same. Yeah, because I didn't expect it to be the first episode. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I was just checking it out real quick. Lou says rock, he gets got but never bread. After hearing the shot somehow gets away from B Rilla, maybe even killing B Rilla. Yeah, if it's a situation like that, I think that have made my bread hard as a motherfucker. Ain't that a bitch? Shit hard as fuck. But yeah, if any kind of way Miss Panera Bread gets away and Nick is not involved, I'm gonna call it that Jerome is gonna shoot that nigga B Rilla. Yeah, yeah. Shit. Dun, 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 dun. So next one we got one of Neek and Breeze. Breeze look like he ugly as hell about something. Can't put my finger on it. He ate his hell about something. But I could see perhaps Neek trying to make a play to him to get back in the game, to get back going strong. And since he doesn't have his connect, Breezy probably snaps and pop as well. He's gonna look at him as a liability. Like, hey, we brought you along because we were trying to use you for the Italian connect. But if you ain't got that, nigga, you ain't no use to us. Why is B really still even around? He's worthless. Hey, that ain't nothing but the shoe. But hey, can't wait to see that scene when Marvin puts hands on Kanan. Yeah, I don't know why. I'm predicting that's gonna be an episode 3. What's good, Spencer Valley? But yeah, I'm leaning towards that being episode 3. Shit. Another one. I mean, we do got Aisha here. So we see that she's in this first episode. Right? I don't know. She looks a little different, kind of. But I don't got her, like I said, I don't got her dying. I think she's going to just leave, go back to school. It's just a closure type of situation with this. So yeah, just a closure since they, had a character around for a while. But yeah. Then of course we see Kanan with this nigga. Nothing too much. They're probably just talking business and stuff. Perhaps going over their new operation that they're gonna be running since Breeze is taking over. And then of course here's Hafiz. He's looked like it was a scene. I didn't even watch the full thing. I think I downloaded it. I did not watch the full scene between them because it is a clip of them that is that. I did not watch the full thing. I kind of seen it and then I just downloaded it really quickly, but did not go back and review it. See if I can find that shit. This motherfucker.
I'm sugarcoated. Way the fucked up spot face. I'm gonna get out of it, but for right now, it's just talk.
You assured me that your demand would meet my supply.
And it will. I just gotta get my ducks in a row. That ain't gonna take long. I can promise you that.
And my country was defined by the promises we make, the vows we keep, and the oaths we take. Where I'm from, it is better to be dead than to betray a promise.
So it look like this ugly ass nigga ain't playing around. He said, where he's from, it's better to be ugly as hell than not be ugly as hell. So who looking like Ghost? Why Unique not punking Breeze like he tried to do with Dane? Hey, that nigga a different breed. So what's going to be the situation with Rock? Quick and Hafiz. Quick predictions. You think Rock is going to end up having to take out Hafiz, or is she going to do something to, get it back in his good grace, or how is this going to play out? You know what? And then we see, I wonder what's going on here too. Because I remember seeing this big ugly nigga right here. But obviously it looked like some action about to pop off. And I'm guessing this is gonna be the same scene of what Rock pointing down at somebody. But who is she going after here? Because this is the first episode. So who is somebody that I would say big enough that Rock is going after, but not, can't be nobody too big. Because initially I was thinking who she was pointing the gun at down there was Stefano, but we know Stefano's not dying the first episode. I think he's gonna die in like maybe in episode 3, perhaps. Hey. Yeah, we know she's gonna go to Pano. We know that. But yeah, this is what I was talking about. I'm pretty sure the scene that we just saw, here is gonna lead to this. The question is, who is it that she has the gun on that she's gone after? Who the hell is Rock taking out right here? Mm-mm-mm. Then of course we got the power couple of the century. Them motherfuckers still plotting. Yeah, unfortunately, it's not these two when it should be. Them niggas, the only ones in the on the show that I am looking forward to being the hell about it. Like nigga, it's your time. They showing that dude that's with Breeze too much. That's how you know his ass was out of here. Boy, getting him some good screen time before he met his ass. Final episode. It could be the final episode because it does seem like some of the stuff that's going on. It's like it's being scratched out. That Kanan hasn't found out the truth yet, judging by what I'm reading. You know what we read through the descriptions. It might be the final episode. Hey, Steve, not soon enough, bro. That's the problem. Not soon enough. You ready to smoke that shit now? He got them way damn niggas gotta go. So I wonder what's going on here, though. They're having a talk, but what I think is going on here is Jukebox wanted to talk to Kanan about the death of Lou. Because look at Kanan's face here. It looks guilty as if he's worried about something, right? So Juke is coming and relaying the news, and Kanan feels bad about it. Could it be a situation where, because remember, like I told y'all in my other video, where Kanan goes ahead and admits to Juke that it was him, but it was an accident? She ends up telling Marvin, and Marvin comes and beat his ass. So, yeah. Juke could take out one of them, maybe. She said she wanted in on whoever took out Fame. So, hey, could be it. But yeah, that's pretty much all the exclusives. I kind of pretty much went through all of them. That's what we got. And that's my opinion on pretty much all the ones that we got so far. So, guess I'll slide on down and go to the most anticipated, in my opinion. The most anticipated thing so far for this first episode probably would be just find out what happened to Lou because so many of us already suspecting him to die. So I guess at this point we're looking to see exactly how does this happen. Was it Kanan accidentally doing it? Or was it Lou? I mean, was it Unique who scooped saying to do it? But here's the thing: if it was indeed Unique who had something to do with it, a hand in it, then 100%, Kanan sold him out in some shape or form so that this could happen. Because keep in mind, it says in the episode 1 synopsis that Kane is going to make a move that changed the Thomas family forever. So it's got to be something that he did that took out Lou. But I think that's the most anticipated, as well as getting that first look at Breeze, like the first crazy stunt of him. Like, we get to see him because they've been saying that the Fight Club scene is crazy. So we get to see exactly how this ugly ass niggas operate. And like I told y'all a little while back, how the other characters that every time a new villain surface, they kind of build them up a little bit, and then eventually get to letting them show their hand at how bad they are. But Breeze, nah, I think this man gonna be ugly out for real. Like you gonna see him doing some crazy ass shit from the beginning, and he's gonna continue to do it. Kanan and Breeze take out Stefano, but putting him in his own incinerator, that the fire that they are standing in front of. I don't think they're gonna take out Stefano too early. But my opinion, I don't think Kanan and Breeze are gonna take out Stefano at all because it doesn't make sense for them to. Stefano is very valuable to their organization, so they're not gonna take out someone that valuable. What I could see is Rock doing it because obviously Rock now he's an enemy of hers. And then on top of that, um, that's weakening their muscle that their opponent has. So it doesn't make sense for Kanan and Breeze to take him out, but it makes perfect sense for Rock to take him out. Yeah, he could get his leg thrown in there, no doubt. I just like I said, I just don't think it's gonna happen. It's definitely not gonna happen in episode one. And it probably won't happen in episode two, perhaps three. Anything else that we're ready for episode one? Hmm. Also, kind of curious and look forward to seeing how exactly Pranessa and Jerome got away from. Well, we kind of got an idea of how he may have got away from Lou because Lou left, but how did they get away from B? Really? Also, whenever they find out about who they're where, that's something that's super anticipated. We know it's not going to happen in episode one, but I'm just throwing this shit out there. Fuck them guys. But yeah, I'm actually starting to getting ready to turn it in, so I'm gonna go and go to this next the final predictions. Final predictions for me. Got Lou getting his ass up out of here within the first 5, 10 minutes at the absolute most. More than likely, Lou will not be with us anymore. It will probably be by the hands of Kanan. Kanan will rush out. Rock will shut her mouth because she's going to be looking to protect her friend. She will end up lying to Marvin, either saying that she doesn't know what happened to Lou, who shot him, or she's going to just simply lie and say it was Unique. Speaking of Unique, I got him going out of town to try to regroup, think about his next move, and then, of course, stay out of the chaos that's going on. Um, Also, Hafiz is going to pull up on Rock because of everything that's going on, and then she's going to have to tell him the unfortunate news that she's not ready to move the way they initially thought from the beginning. And of course, he's not going to be with it, so Hafiz might end up supplying Stefano later. And that could be the reason why we see that scene where it looks like the same person that plays the Stefano, I mean, not Stefano, that Trey Mike was at, will be used for Hafiz as well. Anyways, but yeah, I definitely got whatever happened to Vanessa to get away. More than likely, they got away from B. Rilla, and he might meet his end. But moving along, of course, you're going to see more of what Breeze is capable of, being on the corners, being inside, watch Jeopardy, all of this shit. But yeah, we're gonna get a nice tip of what we're gonna be dealing with for the rest of our lives with it's Breeze there. Crack might be Ghost because Breeze's name goes. Crank is not that nigga. Marvin Lebanon Akbar first episode. He could. Good. Is either one or two. Let's see what else. I'm actually kind of tired, so I feel like I'm not functioning right. Death Preditions is Phil Russo, Taz, and Giorgio. Is that the Death Prediction for episode 1? Or is that just some you're doing out there? I know that's not your full list. Crank is mostly Breeze Fight Club. Well, it was the same rules as how it was when Zion was over it. They don't have any weapons to smoke them. Maybe beat his ass to death. Yeah. But yeah, I see a funeral for Blue also happening, and then Rock is gonna go and tell Kanan, probably give him one final warning or something like that, which is just gonna more so antagonize him, make him want to do this shit stronger and better. So yeah. Anyways, I'm about to go ahead and cut the stream, people. We had an hour and a half, and then I gotta get up, make my individual videos to prepare for tomorrow. Probably gonna do an NBA stream like around noonish, maybe. It's been a little minute since I had one, but appreciate everybody stopped through this one. But yeah, I gotta go ahead and turn it in so that I can get up. Gotcha, episode 1. So you don't got Lou dying in episode 1? Yeah, my eyes getting heavy. Yeah, I'll do one tomorrow. Tomorrow, probably around. I'm gonna guess around 12 my time. So yeah, try to do one of those because it's definitely been a minute. Got to work a little harder on that NBA channel anyway. So yeah, crazy how the NBA game ended up. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it tomorrow. Anyways, I appreciate everybody, all the love and stuff like that. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. And of course, remember, we will be live at 8 o'clock Pacific time tomorrow. And then of course we're gonna go into the actual show. We will be live streaming the episode in the Discord. I did see somebody ask in my comment section. I missed it to see what I actually missed it when he was asking. I gotta go back and find the comment, but he said, "Ask, will we be playing the episode for the people that's unable to see it at the same time as us?" So yeah. Anyway, though, I'm holler at y'all, good people.